No one ever questioned why Darwin Watterson smiled so much. Why did he forgive everyone? Why he seemed so grateful just to be alive? But if you looked closely, you'd realize something chilling. Darwin wasn't born into the Watterson family, he was discarded into it.
As a fish, can you tell me who would win in a fight between a shark and 1,000 piranhas? You seem different today.
Because Darwin's true origin isn't just a quirky cartoon backstory about a pet fish growing legs, it's a hidden narrative about abandonment, loneliness, trauma, and forced identity, disguised beneath his cheerful songs and goofy dance moves. Gumballers! Today, we're peeling back the bright orange scales to reveal the story The Amazing World of Gumball never told you outright, but always hinted at. The official story, a pet turned brother. In Season 2's two-part special, The Origins, we finally see how Darwin became part of the family. Richard buys Gumball a pet goldfish to teach him responsibility, but Gumball, distracted and immature, flushes the tiny fish down the toilet without a second thought. That fish was Darwin. He wakes up in the sewer, alone, afraid, and surrounded by darkness. There's no light, no family, no hope, just an abandoned pet trying to survive in filth. For days, Darwin endures starvation and terror. The show presents it with comedic music and fast-paced editing, but imagine it realistically. A tiny fish drifting in human waste, hunted by sewer monsters, and suffocating without fresh water. Then something inexplicable happens. The evolution of desperation. Darwin mutates. Out of sheer desperation and will to survive, he grows legs and lungs overnight. He doesn't evolve by natural selection or gradual adaptation.
What is happening to me? I can't run away from them! Wait a minute, I can't run at all.
His mutation is instant, forced by panic, terror, and a deep subconscious desire to be loved by the only creature who ever showed him kindness, Gumball.
He's got legs? How?
I don't know how, but I know why.
He claws his way back up the pipes, emerges from the toilet, and hugs Gumball with tears of relief. Gumball and his family, shocked yet delighted, adopt him as a son instead of flushing him away again. It's told as a heartwarming comedic redemption arc, but under the slapstick lies something far darker. Darwin, the child who never had a childhood. Darwin wasn't born. He was bought, flushed, abandoned, and forced to mutate into something unnatural. His entire existence is rooted in trauma. In psychological terms, Darwin's story is a blueprint for abandonment trauma and conditional self-worth.
So, what do they say? Bread, bread, bread. Bread, 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 bread. Bread, bread, bread.
Why does he forgive everything so quickly? Why is he constantly cheerful even when ignored or hurt? Because Darwin knows he was never meant to be there in the first place. He believes his worth is tied entirely to making others happy. His fear is simple. If he stops smiling, they might flush him away again. The body horror theory. Some fans interpret Darwin's origin as an example of body horror hidden in children's media. Body horror is the unsettling fear of losing control over your body, forced mutation, unnatural transformation, becoming something monstrous just to survive. Darwin's legs didn't grow because of magic or nature's grace. They grew because he had no choice. His entire species and biology were overwritten by sheer desperation. This mutation wasn't a gift. It was a trauma response, a distorted reflection of how far living beings will go when faced with absolute rejection and isolation.
Do you know what it was? His name was so-called Gumball. He's my best friend. Do you know he looks like this?
The meta-narrative, evolution as survival trauma. If you strip away the comedy, Darwin's transformation mirrors a universal human fear, that you are not enough as you are, that you must change yourself entirely to be accepted, that you have to give up your original identity to fit into a family, a culture, a world that didn't want you to begin with.
I know you didn't flush me on purpose, Mr. Watterson.
Please, son, call me Dad.
Okay, Mr. Dad.
Darwin became a brother because he wasn't allowed to stay a fish. Episodes that hint at his pain. Throughout The Amazing World of Gumball, subtle moments reveal Darwin's hidden darkness. In The Origins Part 2, he cries, saying, "I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to be with you." In the DVD, he questions his own reality, suggesting a deep existential void. In The Words, when forced to speak harsh truths, his suppressed frustrations emerge, showing he's been holding back pain to remain loved. These moments are played off for laughs but echo the trauma of someone who feels like they never belonged. The abandonment metaphor. Darwin's story is a direct metaphor for adoption trauma and conditional belonging. No biological origins, forced assimilation into a new family, constant fear of being sent away if he isn't perfect, gratitude masking fear. He is a mirror for real children who were abandoned or adopted without ever learning their true beginnings. Children who feel they must smile and adapt endlessly to avoid rejection. The supernatural fan theory. Some fans take Darwin's story deeper into supernatural territory. They believe Darwin is not merely a mutated fish, but a reincarnated lost soul. Clues include, in The Oracle, Banana Barbara paints Darwin with angel wings, suggesting a spiritual identity. In The Choices, when Nicole imagines life without kids,
What kind of childhood was that? I was only 8 years old.
Darwin still appears with wings, as if he exists beyond their timeline. His unbreakable kindness and forgiveness resemble an angelic archetype trapped in a world that doesn't deserve him. This theory paints Darwin as a spiritual being reborn into the body of a goldfish, destined to teach unconditional love to those who never earned it. The tragedy of Darwin's existence. Whether you see him as a mutated pet, an abandoned child, or a reincarnated soul trapped in a cartoon body, Darwin's story remains deeply tragic.
He gave up. It's all over. This is the end. There's no way out.
He never had a mother to nurture him or teach him where he came from. He never knew true safety. His first memory was being flushed away, alone in darkness, gasping to survive in sewage and shadows. His entire purpose became one thing: to be whatever others wanted him to be. If Gumball needed a best friend, he became it. If the family needed a brother, he transformed himself.
Gumball.
If the world needed comic relief, he forced a smile even through silent fear. That's why Darwin's unbreakable optimism often feels unsettling if you look beyond the jokes. It isn't just positivity or goofy innocence, it's survival. A learned behavior to remain loved and avoid rejection.
No! No, replace me!
Deep down, Darwin fears that if he stops being happy, if he ever shows his pain, the people he loves might abandon him again. Because they didn't choose him for who he was, they only embraced him once he changed everything about himself. And that is the quiet tragedy hidden beneath his bright orange smile. Creator's intention. Ben Bockley, the creator of Gumball, once said, "Darwin represents pure love. He's the innocence we lose as we grow." But what if Darwin isn't just innocence? What if he's a quiet reflection of the guilt we bury? The guilt of discarding what loves us unconditionally, only to accept it back once it reshapes to fit our world. Darwin's story forces us to ask, did the Wattersons truly love him, or did they love what he became for them? Would they have accepted him as just a fish, voiceless and ordinary, or was his transformation into a walking, talking brother the price of belonging?
Would I get twice as big or just disappear?
Oh, thank goodness. Someone else to listen to his question.
Perhaps Darwin isn't only the innocence we lost, he is the living memory of what we were forced to change just so we could call it ours. And that question lingers, unspoken, in every smile he gives. The dark legacy. Darwin's story reveals an unsettling truth about human nature. We often only accept love when it changes to fit our expectations. We want people to evolve into versions that make us comfortable, forgetting who they truly are at their core. We discard what feels inconvenient or unrefined, only to welcome it back once it transforms into something we deem acceptable. Darwin didn't become lovable simply by existing. He forced himself to mutate, to grow legs and lungs, to act human, all to earn a place in the world that flushed him away without care. He became everything others wanted him to be, never what he truly was. That's the darkest truth hidden behind Darwin's bright smile. Love was conditional on his transformation. The final question. If Darwin had stayed a fish, would Gumball have missed him? If he never grew legs, would anyone remember him? And if one day, Darwin woke up and realized he didn't want to be a brother anymore, just a fish in water, would anyone let him go? Or would they force him to keep walking, keep smiling, keep loving them, because that's the role they wrote for him?
There must be an easier way! All fours, much better.
Teaser for next video. If you thought Darwin's origin story was dark, wait until you see our next video on one background character that secretly controls Gumball's world. That breakdown is coming soon. Gumballers, it's that time you let me know your opinion. What do you think of the Darwin character in the Amazing World of Gumball? Drop your response in the comment section. Let's discuss it. Don't forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button just like Gumball would have done. Gumballers, stay curious, stay questioning, stay gumballing.